Carl Tundo and Tim Jessup's rally went from bad to worse when they punctured twice on the same rock, dropping them well out of contention, slipping down the leaderboards to 18th.
We got 2 punctures, so we had to stop and change them, and then the intercooler pipe came off the intercooler, so we had no boost, so we're way back. We just want to finish and get some points. We're way back.
Ian Duncan and Amos Lach also punctured, pulling in behind Tundo for the change. Three minutes later, they waved goodbye to Tundo, but the time lost dropped them down to 5th.
We just had a puncture in the last stage, not really so sure why. Probably one silly rock, so probably the same one that Flash got. So I think we're still 2 minutes behind the next guy, so it's probably too far or something. So we'll see. Yeah, I mean we'll go quickly. So.
Alistair Cavan and Gavin Lawrence cruised through the section to take the stage win, moving into the lead.
Yeah, we've been a bit lucky because we didn't drive very well in that last stage, and I spun the car twice, overshot once, but Ian's had a problem. He was ahead of us, so yeah, now we're back in lead because he had a puncture. So let's see if we can hold on to it.
With Duncan and Tundo dropping back, Peter Horsey and Bella Erskine moved up to 2nd, but they were on a charge anyway, seeing the opportunity of a win.
We're certainly pushing. We're sort of trying as hard as we can. We've gone for quite a soft setup, which is working in a lot of places, and obviously it's costing a lot of time in other places. We're certainly going to try. We've got a very safe, cautious approach.
Baldev Chaga and Raju Semi had also upped their pace and were now only 10 seconds behind Peter Horsey in 3rd. Navigator Chris Davis was back on the ball, calling the notes on cue, and Quinton Mitchell's tactical drive was paying dividends as they were now in 4th. The hybrid pickup driven by Alex Horsey and Tariq Malik was in 6th. They were running first on the road, not always finding the grip they wanted, but apart from that, were getting what they could out of the beast.
There's been a problem with my microphone between my navigator and me, so we haven't been able to communicate in the last 2 stages. So there's been 1 or 2 occasions where my heart was definitely in my mouth. But we made it.
Don Smith and Bob Kaugi were in 7th, putting the stage miles behind them at a respectable and impressive pace. They are always subtly quick, although the new colours on the car made them more noticeable on this event. The next 2 places were taken by the Kibos team led by Jassi Chate and Gudit Panisa in car number 45. They were in 8th but are becoming more of a threat on each rally they enter, and it can't be long before they start dicing with the leaders. Another crew with the potential to be a future threat for victory are Raji Barij and Jeff Mays, but they were off the pace having broken a gear linkage.
It was hard. And we weren't sure whether if we pushed whether we'd break the gearbox, so it was just keep it in 3rd and motor out. I know if I had got through the first stage well, I would be doing quite well at the moment, so it's a bit frustrating.
They were lying 9th when the engine cried enough and were forced to throw in the towel. Taking over the now vacant 9th place were Onkar Rai and Raju Chaga, seen here on the spectator stage the previous day, struggling with a broken throttle cable. Out on the stages, they were out of place on the leaderboard, having been penalized 2 minutes, but were pleased to be in the race at all. Only 1 second behind Onkar and rounding off the top 10 were Izzar Mirza and Zahir Shah. This was home ground for them, and with a host of fans cheering them on, were driving clean to ensure a finish. The leaderboard had changed dramatically, with Alistair Kavanagh now in the lead by 47 seconds from Peter Horsey, with Baldev Chaga a close 3rd. 4th place between Mitchell and Duncan also still had to be settled. were 4 classics taking part, all challenging for the Classic Car Cup trophy, for which there were still no clear favourites. Jonathan Soman and Roo Heckel, driving a Mark II Escort, were the fastest of the group early on, but the strain was tough on the car, and they had to back off when they bent a stabilizer bar. This led to a broken prop shaft, and they were out. The deal between Aslam Khan and his niece Samira was still on for the exchange of cars if Samira, driving the Mark I Escort, could beat Aslam in the Porsche 911.
Yeah, if she beats me, she can have this car, but she'll have to work pretty hard for it.
For now, Aslam was safe, and although Samira, navigated by Chantal Young, is getting faster on each event, they were still not matching the pace of the Porsche. They finished 3rd in the category. Aslam Khan had his brother Arshad back in the navigator's seat, and the old teamwork immediately clicked back in, and they cruised through the stages. They were never going to win the category, but a wrong slot put paid to that anyway, and they came 2nd.
When we were doing the recce, we had wrong slotted. So in the rally we wrong slotted, so as a result, by the time we realized we were on the wrong road, by the time we got back, 2 cars behind us had got through. So that's where we lost a bit of time.
By far, the quickest of the classics were Rob Hellier and Tim Challen in their trusty Datsun 160J.